Check, check. This is Tech speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to cover with some technical difficulties. This is Marywood University that we are looking at right here. Jake and Nader, Jay Marsh, and Kielo. These biotechnology, architecture, and English majors. Very intriguing, all coming together. Of course, that is the mixing pot. That is college. We've got a graduate student, junior, and sophomore all bringing it together. This is going to be a fantastic matchup against NJCU. Gothic Knights, we saw that earlier. And hopefully we can get FBI Tugboat right back in here soon.
There we go. All right.
I believe we hear him.
Sorry about that, guys. I do believe we are got that one figured out. Sorry about that. Yeah, audio and video, right? Audio and video, the two things we all have to bow to, right, Zech Tech? Sorry to interrupt you.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, actually, we're just talking through the Marywood University lineup right here. A fantastic team. As you're talking about earlier, there is the division we are in now. And why don't you just go refresh us on what those divisions are and what's going on here with these two teams?
Yeah, no problem. So we are looking at challengers kind of more towards that higher echelon, that top tier, right? Now, Gothic Knights spent their last season finished 6th, so again, not necessarily towards that top 3 that everybody is really going to be desirable of. Now, looking at this Emergence division here, one below that, we'll be looking at the Navigators division a little bit later. That is Northwestern taking on Cole College after this one. But yes, Marywood, Jake and Nader, Jay Marsh, and Kello. And Kello, kind of like yellow, but Kello. Sorry, say that again. Gotcha. Sorry about that. I thought that we had another audio issue. I'm not hearing voices, people. That is, again, our people behind the scenes here helping us out. Appreciate that once again. NJCU, Gothic Knights taking on Marywood University. At the end of the day here, Zech Tech, what we have is really the tale of one team that finished last season maybe like a little, like not as good as they wanted to, but a higher division, right? They have now dropped down here into Marywood University's territory. This is where Marywood University finished 3rd last season. Again, same conference, or same division, different conference. So, kind of a story both ways, right?
Yeah, definitely both teams looking to prove themselves here against the other. It is week 1, so this is the very first showdown. Really going to kick off the season. I think it's going to be huge for both teams' mental game going into this season as they go forward. They're going to have a 1-0 or a 0-1 record, and that can spell a lot of helpful or hurtful mental game going into these next couple of weeks. So what do you think is going to happen here as far as this season, these two teams, and what we're going to see tonight?
If I had to pick horses, right? If I had to make my predictions here, Zech Tech, I'm going to say that the Gothic Knights, yes, they dropped down from a higher division. They're not there by mistake. Yes, they might have dropped down here, but I would not be surprised whatsoever for the Gothic Knights to go forth and gallop on through some of the competition here within that Emergence division. Now, Emergence division, nothing to shake a stick at, as they say back in South Carolina, but championship or the Challengers division is such for a reason. Teams do not make it there by mistake. Now the Gothic Knights have been involved here and for quite a while. There's the New Jersey City University School on over here, the Gothic Knights. They've been involved with collegiate competition. They've been involved with the NECC for many years now. And so this wasn't just like they just come in last season to go forth for the I guess the second season of last school year, right? They were in for this full school year and they didn't make it into the Challengers division just by mistake. 6th, yes, is not an ideal placement, and that's kind of the reason why we see them down in the lower division and giving them an opportunity to kind of at least prove that this is where they belong, the top end of the Emergence division. So.
Yeah, trying to bounce back here, the Gothic Knights out of this low division, possibly into a higher division next season. But right here is where they're going to start that journey, start that improvement, and really show people what they're here to do and what they can do. Now, of course, Marywood here, if they can take them down, looking to see maybe they're the ones who need to be kicked up to a higher division, or maybe they're just going to place 1st, 2nd, somewhere in high again in this division. So we will see and find out.
I mean, a top 3 last season, not bad by any means. I don't mean anything what I said about the Gothic Knights to be taken as negative or inversely reflective, right, of the Marywood University squad. Again, just like you don't make it a Challengers by mistake, you don't make it to a 3rd place division, especially with an Emergence Red, by mistake by any means. This is a Marywood University squad. The Pacers here, a name for themselves within this. Push on, first. Rocket League at the absolute most. 3 games at minimum, and that is not an ideal way to start this one if you are Marywood University Pacers.
Milko here, 87 kilometers per hour, just slipping it right by both defenders. Just not quick enough on the draw. And that is goal number 1 down for NJCU. A great way to start this game and this series.
Absolutely. Looking at Marywood University, let's introduce them. That is Jakenator, Jay Marsh, Kello, Ashton, Spectre. Those are the members that you will see at some point here today. It is going to be Jay Marsh, it's going to be Jakenator, and it's going to be Ashton that you see here on the pitch. Jakenator, Jay Marsh, and Ashton. Cross getting this one up, putting them back onto the outside, and really getting this one away from the source of danger for right now. A great job there from Jakenator. Keep this one alive until this bounces back toward the blue side.
Jakenator now a little bit of space, going to put it towards net off the backboard. Taking it around, not quite quick enough, a little too far forward. Just shot on net, but 2 defenders there to put it away. And this is a great start here. Ooh, a little fake out on the defense there. 1, 2, can he go 3? He can't, but it to the backboard, and he has to try again to see if he can get it in front of the net.
Great offensive opportunity right there. Just going a little bit too fast, though, as Marywood immediately goes onto the defensive. Now Wilson up and Wilson down. That's going to be Wilson coming on in here and making a name once again after the second goal for the second one of this series thus far. Wilson, 83 kilometers per hour. You know, that goal is breaking the speed limit in most of North America.
I have to believe so. NJCU starting off strong here. 2 goals in the first minute. Means that they really now have to just play some solid defense, and they have got this game 1 in the bag. But of course, Marywood plenty of time to figure out the defensive side of NJCU, put their offense together, and really figure out this team and this game. So plenty of time for both teams to really secure it, but with Wilson putting home a 3rd goal, that's going to be pretty solid in NJCU's favor.
Nicely done. Nicely done. That is Wilson once again. Coming on in here, the junior finance major. Interesting fact quote. Here, I'm quoting the Brazilian god with a name like Matheus Silveira Guzmão. I really hope that I'm saying that right, because I think that I am. A name like that, I am not surprised whatsoever. Wilson doing big stuff for the Gothic Knights last season, seasons before that, games before that, and now once again for the NECC Week 1 fall semester. Love to see it. 3.5 minutes left. Up and down we go. Now here back to the middle. Lonoko trying a little something right there. Lonoko seeing some playtime last season.
Now we got Jay Marsh off the side, looking for a teammate in the mid. Jake Anderson gets to take it, but just gets taken away from him by the defense. Now it's a quick turnaround. It's on net, but the defense gets back just in time to go off to the side. It's a great job. And now a real regain by Marywood. Should put it downfield. Jake Anderson getting stopped, and it is up to NJC to drive it back downfield again. Control going back in here, but it looks like it's Marywood with the shot, and it's just off to the side.
Lonoko played last season. That's the reason for it. Clutch plays in just the nick of time. Ashton doing a great job of keeping this ball aflame as well. Back down into the middle. It's going to be an easy block away. Now into the corner. Lonoko there once again.
Cross the sidewall. Oh, and Jake Kennedy going to slip it behind the defense, just inside the post for the first goal from Marywood. And that's their first step to regain in this game and try to get it back and put it in the net. Oh, wonderful placement. Just getting there before the defender, and that speed is really going to help Marywood. They can really crank that up to 11.
Yeah, perfectly positioned there for Ashton. The pass on into the teammate for them to go forth, fire this one in. Single shots here for Cross. Throw a save and assist on as well. Good job. Overall, well-rounded performance this Rocket League game. 10 seconds past halftime right now. NJCU on the defensive half yet again. This is Marywood found a lot of problems getting into offense earlier. Zech Tech is not the case in the second half of this Rocket League game.
It's not going to be so. Oh, Wellston slipping it behind the defender again. You can see here Lonoko going once, going twice, bringing the defense up to get faked on out, and going for the bump as well. Means that the defense is just in shambles. So Wilson's able to sneak it on home.
Sneak it on home indeed. 5 total scores, 4 of them being the New Jersey City University squad with 2 minutes. That's 120 seconds left here. And no small part thanks to junior finance major, the Brazilian god, I quote. That's Wilson. Wilson all day long. Back to the middle. That's Wilson all day long.
And Wilson, MVP right now. NJCU putting home, I think, at least 3 goals now, possibly 4. for his team and really just carrying this game on his back right now. Just under 2 minutes left to go, and Marywood going to have to claw their way back in to try to take care of this game number 1, but at this point they might have to focus on game number 2, go next, regain, and get back what they can of their mental game and just focus up.
I'd say it's difficult overall. 100 seconds left on this clock. Sand slipping through the hourglass as of right now. From Marywood to come back, 4 score, and that's just to tie it up here, ZecTech. In the day, definitely possible, but purchasing yourself situations like that really will frequently, at least offensively, put you in positions where you can get scored back on. So even if you get those 4, that is, of course, scoring, then the other team, NJCU, not getting anything themselves. Back to the middle, a solid shot, a solid attempt, a little bit too high though, as Jake Nader covered this one up. Jake Nader, the graduate student, the old man on the team here. Oh, that's a biotechnology major.
Here's Asher putting home a goal for Marywood. A good way to get some momentum back in their favor. The pass down by Jake Nader was really in front of the goal line. Defense could not get it far enough away from the goal, and Ashen just kind of slip it on in. Marywood only 3 goals down, a minute left. That's 20 seconds per goal. Absolutely doable with NJCU feeling like they're on fire like this. I'm not sure it's super possible.
55 seconds right here. It's made a little bit easier with that previous goal, but Marywood really would have to put a lot in the tank right here, burn it all the way down, and find payload on the other side. 43 seconds or so as NJCU assuming their offense. I think the positive here for Marywood is that they've really forced this situation against the New Jersey City University squad where they know they can't just play defense. They can't just play sucker time, right? They can't just burn this at both ends and have the clock win this game for them. They know that they have to get offensive, put this one on over, because Marywood's already proven they can score even against triple-up defense.
Remember, trying to force out all these offensive plays from NJCU. They able to see what the arsenal is of NJCU much earlier in this series, giving them much advantage on the defense from later in this series, as they know what they are capable of, what they have to pull out, and then they can try to formulate a plan to then stop those from later in this series. Now it looks like Marywood now pressing out this drop and take it to game number 2. NJCU securing game number 1.
Yeah, so a solid margin here. 2 scores there for Marywood. I believe that was 5, maybe 6 there for Gothic Knights. Obviously, the last couple there, not necessarily being like garbage time, but at the end of the day, this is just Marywood needing to get everything in the last 120 seconds right there, and that's just the situation that you purchase when you go down by, at least like 3 scores. At that point, it's less about trying to get more in, trying to rack up those points, and more so about just fighting that clock.
Trying to pull that team together, fighting that clock, but also trying to regain, figure, okay, what works against this NJCU team, what does not, how can we take what we've learned into game number 2 and try to turn this series around. They've got at least 2 more games to figure it out, and so going here into game number 2, it is Marywood's game to try and win, NJCU to lose, and with that game up, NJCU's really got that momentum, but Marywood, they did get 2 near the end there, so we're going to have to see if they can bring it together, really start off strong in this game, because if not, it might spell their doom for the rest of the series.
Death, doom, delirious destruction, all of these things indeed, ZecTech. Now, what I want to see here is I want to see a Marywood University team and an NJCU Gothic Knight squad that go forth and then play a game where one of the teams doesn't score within the first second, right? It's just like mentally kind of hard to like push past that, right? Once you come in and literally very first second, the opposite team gets that one done, like the very first second of play, right? Your defense fails. It's kind of hard to get past like that mental block. Obviously, the Gothic Knights put up more points after that, but again, I would just like to see like the kind of like the clean slate type situation. Give me a clean slate for 10 seconds. That's what I want to see here between these 2 squads.
Here we go, a solid kickoff from the beginning, and no kickoff goal. A great start from Marywood. And here we go on the defense. It is J-Marsh trying to keep it out, as Winoco can try to bring it around. The air dribble. Ooh, couldn't quite get to the defense. Knocking that out. It's still dangerous, though, but, Cross kind of slipping on in the defense. Couldn't quite get the right touch on it.
Hey, I said 10 seconds. They gave us 19 as Cross fires the fastest one in here today by a solid margin. That is 109 kilometers per hour, people. We will keep track of those for you. New Jersey City University, the Gothic Knights striking first yet again, but not necessarily at the same time. Lenoco off the side, up and down, trying something right here, catching some flack across the middle. Ashen catching it, sending it left way is up, and this is going to be the Gothic Knights having to go on the defense.
has some space there, but couldn't quite make that pass connect. As Wilson stopped them in the midfield. And J. Marsh here going to try to take it out. I think it's going to be huge for Marywood going into this game. So they can control that midfield, control that boost, get those passes going. That's going to be huge for those scoring opportunities and preventing those offensive drives from NJCU coming in this game. And Wilson here, though, beating one connection to Winoco means it's another goal for NJCU. Winoco putting it in. A beautiful passing play.
That's Wilson all day long. On over to Winoco. Kind of realized that Wilson was not going to be able to get this one in past some defenders. Hey, passes and passes into points. Said it before, Zek Tech. That's just on display now.
Here we go. Wilson, a good start here. A little bit of a double commit, though, by Marywood. That means Winoco's got some space in midfield now as he gets past one, trying to get past two. Is anybody home on the defense? Looks like that's a no, as Cross is going to put home in an empty net.
Wow, empty as it gets. Empty as it gets. 102 kilometers per hour on this one. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. The members of Marywood just opting for a much more offensively handed gameplay so far, and that is unfortunately not panned out for them. Even with NJCU scoring in the very first second, at this point, Marywood was not down by this much. At this point, you know, they at least scored one, obviously down by two. Game going forth, Marywood able to score like another one, still wasn't like a total stop after that point. 3:30 on the clock.
3 goals down. Marywood trying to put something together here in the midfield. They have got some momentum going, but Cross going to take that little drop down away. Jaconator trying to make something happen here. He gets bumped high into the sky. And it's Marywood now on the defensive once again. They seem to be sort of trapped here, but looks like a little passing play might get them out of this midfield. They do. They've got 3 players upfield looking for the attack. The slow play looking to outsmart them. And Jaconator now to the sidewall. Going to try to take it up. Is the aerial play going to make it happen off the backboard? But no, Winoco is there for it out to the corner.
Ashen doing some fancy stuff right there. J. Marsh actually keeping the dream alive right here. Up and down. No, that's just a little bit too high. Another pop play, and Wilson even gets a hand on it afterwards. And that's not going to purchase anything but a nice handful of air.
Handful of air indeed. They need to have that accuracy down. They want to try to get it back. 3 goals they need to score in the next half of the game. But Ashen, can he beat the defender back? He cannot. It's Winoco out here trying to get past 2. It goes pop. Trying something on this. He gets a tap past 1. Draws out some of the defense, but a good clear means that Marywood has to start all over again on their offensive drive.
I wanted to do that. Positive information, though, for Marywood is they have stemmed this bleeding. Stop that hemorrhaging here, Zek Tech. New Jersey City University was on quite a roll. Cruise control on, pedal to the metal, and other car puns that you can think of. But they've not scored in about a minute and a half, and Marywood has had plenty of opportunity on offense as well. These things spell good inside of Marywood University.
It seems that Marywood has gotten wise to Winoco's plays, his mechanics, and now we're giving him that space, respecting what he can do, and making smart plays to try to defend it. But it looks like Wilson's zone is going to go up, over, and under every single Marywood player, and it is destruction across the field as it is a 4th goal for NJCU.
Brazilian flag buff. It's a real thing. Wilson showed out game 1, now showing out game number 2. 101 seconds left on this clock right here, as Wilson puts in what very well might be a nail in the coffin of Marywood University's game number 2.
We go Ashen out to the corner. Going to be some defensive plays here. Can they get any mechanics going? Ooh, Ashen, I like that idea, but it is stopped by NJCU. Very aware of what this guy's able.
Okay.
That's an open net. It gets rolled on in by Jaconator. A freebie for Marywood.
Jaconator out here. I want to buy himself a lottery ticket right there. Oh no, excuse me. He had a good read on that. No luck involved. Excuse me. I thought that was literally him just flipping it over the front, and the other person who had it wasn't able to touch it. No, that was a true angle. Excuse me. 80 seconds left. Marywood's got that long to score not once but twice but thrice. We're not able to do that earlier, but that was also a much larger score difference, especially after that one. A sniper play there from Jaconator. His eyes have not failed him yet. Back to it. Oh, that was so close.
Jaconator's speed, sort of cranking up a bit, has helped him out with that last goal and trying to use some of these opportunities here for Marywood. Again, that helped his team recover 3 goals in the next 50 seconds. I'm not sure he gets to it there. Wilson goes up, and it's over. Oh, the pass doesn't connect. It's going to be left onto the side. Winoko's up for it, but the defense from Marywood has learned Winoko's ways and goes up for it to stop him. As J Marsh is going to turn this around, try to put it on net, and just drops it in front of the defense instead of stop.
Stone wall defense, man. Brick chimney, whatever you want to call it here, Zech Tech is fantastic. Both sides of the ball here for New Jersey City University. The Gothic Knights, offense, defense, yet again, doing everything in a bag of chips. Cross inside. That's going to be the fifth. And I'm going to call it. That is the nail in the coffin. That is the dagger to the heart of Marywood University's game numero dos.
Cross just outspeeding the defense, and they're getting to it first, and no goalie home to stop that ball from going in. It was a 4-goal difference in 15 seconds to go. Marywood's chances of claiming this game number 2 are slim to none. I don't think they have to look for game number 3 and a reverse sweep in the best of 5.
3 seconds, 2. Action. Back to the middle. That one's going to tap. And then this goal. This game's not going to go by the same score line, but relatively the same score difference, right?
Yeah, and again, NJCU running away with it, finding the holes in the defense of Marywood. And Marywood, they got a couple more shots here. They got some good offensive plays going, but they really need that speed and that control of the midfield to really take back this series from NJCU. They're on their last life. They got to make 3 happen in a row. I'm not sure it can, but Marywood, they've got to really make it happen in this game number 3. Otherwise, if it's a slim win, I don't think they're making it the rest of the series. But if they can really pull it out this game, they may have a chance to reverse sweep.
I'm with that, Zech Tech. I'll back that one up. If this is a Marywood University squad that just... And I mean, really, like the best thing here is that this is not like a massive like skill difference or anything else like that. This is just really like rotational and then kind of like individual issues on the side of Marywood. Not saying individually any like player, but just sometimes there have been multiple situations where a Marywood University player maybe has like space and control, but he doesn't have a way to get this ball in. They just again passes into points. We've seen the Gothic Knights just really hit that play over and over again. Just the knowledge that you can't be everywhere at the same time. You can't always have 100 boosts, Zech Tech. That only happens in my dreams, and I still don't get it done, okay? I still don't get goals, all right? These guys are a different story. Passes into points. That's the name of the game for the Marywood University. For the Gothic Knights, I really don't think they need to change up anything right here, except for maybe a little bit of like aggression tactics, right? There's been so many times they've had offensive opportunities up here, and then ball goes away, and they just immediately give it up. They just go right on back to defense. Now it has not bitten in the behind quite yet, but I can see that happening.
Yeah, NJC getting a little overconfident in these areas. Some double commits coming out, and Marywood did take advantage. We saw there Jake Nader putting it home as he stole it away from those 2 attacking players double committing. And if really Marywood could catch them out on that and really catch them overconfident, it can help a lot. But it can only work so many times before the other team catches on, reels it back in, and brings it together. And NJCU, I think, can do that. So Marywood really going to have to figure out what their play is here to take control and advantage of this series here. Game number 3, match point for NJCU.
That it is. Match point here. And you know what I just realized? I think these 2 teams use the exact same colors, right? Maybe Marywood going for like a little bit of a darker yellow, maybe even like a light orange, you might say. I'm not up to date on my colors. But the kind of lighter yellow, darker green, that darker green is like the exact same color between Marywood University and Gothic Knights, right?
It looks almost the same.
Exactly. Gothic Knights and the Pacers. Remember, this is the Pacers is the name of the Marywood University mascot. I'm actually not 100% sure what Marywood Esports is, if it is different. Obviously, it looks like a steed or a stallion or a horse of some sort. So, rider versus stallion, right?
Yeah, NJCU taking the reins here in this series, and
I like it.
The Gothic Knights here to claim their match points. We are starting off game number 3 with a lot of control in the orange half, but it's blue. Now Ashen coming out here. He's up to the far side, Jake Nader there, and it's just up to Marywood to try and figure out how to get past, as the midfield now control has been handed over to NJCU.
Back and forth we go to the middle. Either side, I guess nobody knows. Jake Nader does a perfect job of bringing this one out, and then just kind of burns it a little bit too bright, trying to get in there a little bit too fast. Ashen misses this one on the backside. J Marsh still doing what they can to keep this one alive. Backboard plays right now as Jake and Nader up, and Jake and Nader is down for the first time thus far here, ZecTech. That's going to be the Marywood University striking not just one, but striking first.
Jake and Nader putting that first goal in, catching the defense just out a little too far on their heels. And that means that Marywood starting with the momentum here, which is going to be huge, I think, for that mental game. But they're going to leave the back door open, but J Marsh gets in front of that just in time. Amazing job on the defense, and it's going to be Marywood here to just keep the bleeding from flowing. We saw last game they were to staunch a lot of that scoring opportunities, and now here they really got to lock it down.
Down indeed. Down indeed. 3 minutes, 53 seconds as New Jersey City University not in a situation they have been familiar with thus far. I'm very, very excited to see it. Marywood has played from behind thus far. And it's not like they're playing slow by any means now. In fact, they're bringing it out in just a second. Ooh, so close. NJCU trying to something right there. But Marywood, again, was just on offense. Lost possession for a while. That's the way the Rocket League goes. 3.5 minutes or so. Back to the middle as J Marsh does a good job of stopping this one, or trying to. Really just actually setting that up for Lenoco, unfortunately. A huge shaking play off to the right corner right now as Cross and the rest of the Gothic Knights are forced to bring this one back.
Marywood right now trying these big booming clears downfield, trying to get past a couple overextended NJCU players. That has not worked out very well. They've had a bunch of opportunities, but oftentimes gets put into the hands of NJCU and then turned right back on them as the ball control NJCU has got on points. Marywood here. J Marsh really bringing the pressure here, and it's going to roll in front of the net around and around, but it is NJCU to clear it out.
Out there, still trying to do. Back to the middle right here. Jake and Nader, J Marsh, Ashen, everybody flipping out of goal now and tripling up on the defense right there. It wasn't necessary, excuse me, but that did, of course, keep them out of demo situations. Jake and Nader, another hit. Lenoco easily brings this one up as J Marsh reads it from the wall. The pool shot on over, bouncing. Ashen trying to get on top of that. That's going to be one of the first demos thus far, and we're looking at a two-person NJCU squad for just a little while. What a prevalent, a preferential respawn right there. Comes back in, 34 boost, gets right to ball and stops any Marywood offense in their tracks.
Those demos may very well be what Marywood needs here to take control of this game number 3. Opening up, and Ashen there taking control and taking a nice shot on the middle of the net. The defenders in an awkward spot. That touch going out where they weren't expecting it. Off the back wall, the pass perfect for Ashen. He was slotted between the defenders.
Wilson's gotten plenty of front row seat play to action and points so far. That is front row seat the other way now. Couldn't quite get to it as Marywood now going up by another one. Jake and Nader. A nasty shank right there. Could have been bad. He uses it perfectly as the nice angle hits corner, bounces out, maintains possession. Ashen across the middle. Lenoco looking for something, and J Marsh and the rest of Marywood have definitely learned the value of a demo.
That lesson may be very important here in the rest of the series. Marywood with their first lead and maintaining it all the way to the 1 minute 15-second mark. 2 ahead, and it's NJCU trying to recover here in game number 3. Big boom and clear from Marywood, and it's Jake and chasing it down off the backboard. Will the pass be anywhere? But no, it's going to be a regain here for NJCU, bringing it downfield, and Marywood having to clear out again. Is that going to be in time? Ashen just getting in front of it. A beautiful stop as it sails high
Ashen
to midfield.
doing everything they needed to, burning every bit of boost to get there, to find the block at the last second. 45 of those seconds left right here. As ZecTech said, NJCU running out of time right here. Slow play. Oh my god, it's goal line right there, and it barely creeps in. Wow, a snail would have gone in faster. 17 kilometers per hour. I think that's like 9 miles an hour or something like that. Yeah, it's like a brisk walk. A brisk walk right here for the third score of this game. NJCU now bringing it within 1. We have a game on our hands, and because this is match point, we have a series on our hands here. ZecTech.
Lenoko's patience was crucial there, letting the defender fly on by. And maybe it'll be patience that'll be crucial here to try and win this game. 20 seconds left. Wilson here trying to clear it on out, trying to get past Jaconator and Ashen, but Ashen going to take it on down. And it looks like it is NJCU with some big touches downfield, not maintaining a lot of possession towards their car. Which means there's a lot more opportunity here for Maywood to just try to clear it on out and keep them from having a scoring opportunity. It's going to go on back. 1 second left. Can they keep it up and create a tied game? It's a shot. Not quite on net, and it's put down. Marywood claim the game.
There you go. That's what we love to see. A little bit of comeback action. No clean sweeps here today. Put the brooms back in the closet, at least for right now, because we could obviously see Zec Tech. We could see that reverse sweep. We could see that 3 in a row we were talking about right now. This one going down, right? So we, excuse me. We see a 3-score difference, game number 1, right? 2-5 right there. Gothic Knights, a handed win. The entire score difference, or the entire score total, excuse me, comes down significantly. 4-1 in game number 2. 1 score there for Marywood, not getting shut out, which again is just so crucial. Not scoring a single goal across 5 minutes, to the mental, to the physical. Obviously, you can't win without scoring a single goal across those 5 minutes. But just again, the mental, right? Bringing that one back to a total score of 3. Do we see, like, now a game 4 that goes, like, 1-0 and for Maryland? Because we've just seen this cascading amount of total scores scored per 5-minute Rocket League game with no overtimes yet. As well, I'll add here, Zec Tech. This one came pretty close to it. We did not get that one today. Will we get it in game 4? I would love to see it.
I would as well, but I think game 3 really came down to NJC being a little overconfident, being a little too high and mighty up there on top of their mountain, their armor. Thinking they were impenetrable, but Marywood brought it back and slammed the door in their face. But I think it's NJC here to open it back up and say, no, we're here to stay, and we are going to put the hammer and nail into the coffin here in game number 4. Make sure there is no reverse sweep. There's no game 4. Or sorry, no game 5. And here we go. Just under 5 minutes left on the clock, and we have no scores quite yet.
Game 5. Game 5. I mean, hear it chanted in the NJCU locker rooms all the way from here. Locker rooms? They're esports. They're esports studio or esports center. More likely, probably not. 1-0 here for the NJCU squad. They have struck first early, which is what has happened whenever NJCU has gone forth and won a game before. Marywood. So I guess I should say every single time the team that scored first has gone forth and won.
And that pattern may very well stay true as it's now Wilson looking to the backward for a double tap, but the clear out from Marywood there. Past 1, past 2. Is anyone home to block it? There is, but J-Marsh is going to keep that drive going, and the shot on net, it's going to float up, and 2 defenders go up to make sure it goes out and away from that net. And safety for NJC was not quite assured yet. Another shot on net, it's up high. Defender is there. Can they slip it in behind? No, off the crossbar, sorry, off the post. And it gets cleared way down the field. Is that a counterattack? Wow. It is. It goes on in. Lenoko taking it for NJC.
Headhunting here for Lenoko. Blood in the water, and this shark will bite, my friend. Look at this. This is just such a fast transition, too, right? Like 1, 2, I think maybe even 4 shots there for Marywood onto in the NJCU's goal. All of them blocked away. First one was doubled up. Last 3 were just single solo hero plays. Instant transition there for Lenoko all the way through. Like literally other side of the pitch, like instantly. I'll stop talking. Back and forth we go. Ashen bringing this one up. A little bit of boost to be spoken of, but not enough to really get anything aerially going.
Stuck a bit on the NJCU half of the field for quite a bit. And Marywood here keep knocking on the door. 2 goes down, but they want to have some to their name. And it is the opportunity. Jaconator going to put it in off the roof of an NJCU player. And it means Marywood closing that gap to a 1-goal game.
Jaconator. Jacob Lutsky, the graduate student. Again, joking around, but the old man of this Marywood University squad, right? Getting it done right here. He's really showing off what they could do. Game 1, Game 2. Glad to see them back in the scoring position. Game number 4, especially when it matters most, right? Like Marywood, obviously, he got a lot done involved in that 2-1 victory in game number 3, but this is really where the rubber meets the road because Marywood did not score first.
did not, and goes downfield. Looks like NECC having a lot of opportunities here to Marywood right onto their half of the field, but it's these quick transitions that are really just punishing Marywood. But if Marywood can really cinch up that defense and prevent those, I think they very well could take back this game and make sure they stay alive in this series. Good defense here, and it's cross though to put it back center. Is they going to follow it up? No, it's just the defense there to clear it out.
Solid stop. Solid stop. Got that one done without a whole lot of boost as well. Big boost taken right before his eyes as Cross is trying to get something going right here. J Marsh off the right side. That's me Cross from the top.
The side, great defense, great patience, great that ball to drop. None of the players couldn't get to it. Now it's J-Marsh up to the sky. No, he leaves it for his teammate, Ashen. Looking for a double tap here. Gonna get it off the corner. That's an awkward little bounce. And oh, J-Marsh making sure does not go on net as it speeds on back towards his up the field. So they're gonna push the issue, but it's Ashen. Clear it to the left side.
Wilson is trying to set up Lenoco right now. Lenoco just a little bit off to the right and a little bit too high. Not 100% sure what the idea was for that. Might have just been a mistake, but that's going to give a Marywood University squad a score on the other side. And a tied situation. Might as well be 0-0 now here, ZecTech.
And we see NJC getting a little overconfident, seeing too many players downfield, and their midfield are getting beat on that play after the sidewall. No one home to stop it, and Marywood tying the game with a minute 47 left. And it means that less than 2 minutes of gameplay will decide whether Marywood goes home or we go to game number 5.
Love to see a series go the distance in our very first NECC Rocket League week. For us casting, of course, the third of the day, as of right now. 85 seconds left as Wilson goes to take out the man at home right there. That goalie action. Wilson backside once again trying to assimilate into this passing type situation, getting blocked out, boosted out on the other side, and big ones taken again right in front of his eyes. Boost starvation has definitely gone the way of Marywood the past 60 seconds or so, ZecTech.
That's going to be huge against this NJCU mechanical team. We've seen a lot of good air dribble plays and mechanical plays off the ceiling. And NJCU on no boost does severely limit their offensive capabilities. And we see here the defense standing strong for Marywood. And Lenoco have to play patient instead of going for his fancy off-the-wall, off-the-ceiling tactic.
Yeah, honestly, Lenoco, I can't agree more. Really been up close and personal in your face. Ashen, speaking of up close, personal, and in your face. J-Marsh from the top rope right here puts this position perfectly as Ashen knows that this defender is going to be having their eyes in the air and puts them right in front of those eyes.
Great job by J-Marsh there to recognize the defender had an awkward way to go for it. Probably wouldn't get that ball. Followed it anyway, got the pass. Now Marywood bringing it back to a lead, 3-2, 30 seconds left, and the next 30 seconds will decide if NJCU can bring it to overtime or if they have to go to game number 5 and prove their mettle on Champions Field. Ashen with the air dribble off the backboard. Double tap is stopped by Cross.
Backboard double taps, aerial fanatics, gymnastics basically bending through the air. And Marywood has done everything that they want to go forth and try and take this game, tie it up. That might be the death knell right here off the side. That's down. We're going to a game number 5.
Game number 5, Champions Field. Marywood down, but not out quite yet. NJCU had it in the first 2 games, but they've dropped the ball since. Can they bring it back? Game 5. They've had a lot of the mechanical capabilities and the passing plays we've seen, but once they were boost starved here in game 4, that all Marywood bringing it back strong against NJCU. What do you think? Game 5. Which way is it going?
It's so interesting, right? NJCU has won their games by a higher margin, but I feel like Marywood has been more malleable, more flexible. They've been more quick to respond to things that the Gothic Knights throw out, right? That can be clearly seen in 2 different ways the past 2 games. The past 2 games they won, of course. The first where they showed that they weren't scared or whatever to get physical. That was plenty of bumps, but mostly demos. this most recent game number 4 that they took to put this onto a game number 5, a tied-up situation, getting resolved here in just a second, is the simple fact of boost management. Going forth, knowing that NJCU members need a lot to get it done aerially, and that's how they've been scoring these big-ticket numbers. You simply take away that opportunity, and you beat them out by 1.
Here we go, a driving offense in the first 30 seconds of this game for NJCU. A couple of shot attempts, but now it's Ashton to try to clear it downfield. Back in the center, but no, there it is. Jay Marsh getting to the ball before NJCU can. And now it's looking like a counterattack for Marywood possibly. But 2 players means that it's going to go sailing towards the Marywood side and affect NJCU. Lots of big clears. And I think we're playing ping pong here in this first minute.
Going to be a great game of Rocket League, looking a little table tennis, and that is a nice serve. 40 seconds into this one, the NJCU squad strike first, which of course, through game 1 to 3, whoever struck first went forth and win. That is not the case in game number 4, where the Gothic Knights put in their first, but then lost 3 to 2. Is that fast enough for you?
Oh, quite fast enough. Marywood here, breaking the curse of first goal takes all. And J Marsh here, looking to try to take back a goal. Marywood, even the scoreline. They've got 4 minutes to try and bring it back to NJCU, and we've seen that they can do it now. They are fully capable of losing that first goal, but still winning the game. And that's going to go towards the corner, but Cross just in time, going to keep it away. And that means that Marywood can try something a little bit different here. Try to get in the net. A good shot again. Defense staying strong for NJCU.
Minute 15 or so burned off to this one. Gothic Knights, the only one that have been able to stick that lance in so far and get a point out of it. And that up and down, excuse me, I will never refer to Marywood University in such a fashion again. What a setup. Not necessarily a waterfall, call this one a guillotine. Just off with the head. Oh no, that was a mistake, excuse me. Oh my, Ashton was just gifted that from an NJCU member. I think that was Lenoco, I'm not sure.
I do believe Lenoco missed it on the back, but I'm going to roll straight down to him. And the other player, I believe, crossed in the net. He's not prepared for it to go back towards behind him.
Yeah.
And that means that Marywood evening the scoreline. 3 minutes and just under a half. We'll decide who takes this game as we have an even scoreline.
It is quite difficult to predict balls going behind you placed by your teammates, right? Brutal. Brutal.
That is very difficult to guess as it cross pushes to the backboard, and it's NJCU now on the offense. They're taking it high. They have some boost to work with here. The passing plays, but oh, he's going to sail past it. Now it's Jaconator to take it downfield. He gets past one. He's got 2 more. Lenoco's in the way, but Lenoco, an excellent defender, standing strong here for NJCU and a MVP so far. But can he pull it out here and put this game on his back to bring NJCU to victory here in game 5?
Nice to him, apparently. Marywood coming forth right here and not having members in position. Just simply having too many hands trying to grab at this ball, and nobody, when this burns out and dumps to the left side, a completely open net type situation, well, it ain't going to go in by itself, guys.
For Marywood again here on the outside. No one really there as the rotations took everyone away from where that ball was going. So here we go, Marywood again on the offense. You know, if you pepper the net enough times, the ball will eventually go in, I think, is Marywood's current thoughts right here. But with the defense standing like a brick wall here for NJCU, it's going to be many, many shots before anything goes in remotely
brick
close.
Wall indeed. Quite a stout defense. Lenoco, little noser up to this one, gets it out, but Ashton reads it perfectly, takes it off the wall. And now that's a setup here for Jaconator, a shot across the middle, and 2 members of the Gothic Knights forced to meet in the middle. A double defense does pan off this time. Not a too many cooks in the kitchen type situation this time.
There's Jaconator again going downfield. He's been a great offensive MVP for Marywood here, but couldn't quite keep control. Passes it down to a teammate. Left this out on that 50. And looks like it's Lenoco here to take it downfield and snag the boost and work with it, but it's J-Marsh here clearing that out. NJCU trying to go on the offense here, going for a flipper set, but Ashen able to read that little mistake there. Couldn't use it. And Marywood back on the offense once again. NJCU stuck on their defensive backs.
They are 108 on the clock up top. We are pretty close away from getting to not just an overtime situation within the series, of course, but an overtime situation within the game. 60 seconds left right now as Ashen trying to take this one off. Jakenator beating feet to get up to the front and into position, but that was an easy takeaway for the New Jersey City University Gothic Knights. That's a hit back over as J Marsh tries something. Nothing purchased though as Jakenator gets the nose up under this one, sent it to the middle into Lenoco. Has something to say about it. 35 seconds left. A lot of flirting here with the Marywood University goal, but nothing really made in quite yet.
Marywood now having to stay strong in the defense. Lots of shots. Here we go. Big clear out. It's going downfield. 20 seconds left. Marywood, I think, will possibly have the last drive. That's a huge pinch downfield. Not on net. Can they make it on net? It goes across. No, Ashen turning it back around. 10 seconds left. Ashen, you're trying to put a center for maybe a teammate. It goes back. Cross is not fast enough to stop that one off the backboard. Back towards center. This is going to be the last shot of the game. And I think we are going to overtime unless they can center this on net. It's going up. It's going over. Oh, and the close miss means we go to overtime.
That was the most perfect situation that Marywood had really in that entire game. An incredibly low-scoring game. Now, will be a 3 total score. Who gets it? Who knows? 10 seconds left, though. NJCU was circling yet again. But once again, they kicked themselves by not having members in position. Marywood has put these long lancing shots on over that are forced to be defended away, either because ball would land in a dangerous position or because ball would literally be on point. And the New Jersey City University squad has simply done everything but that. Inside, and Marywood University, the full reverse sweep in overtime is exactly what we're staring at, people. Ashen comes over, gets a front row seat to this one as J Marsh just noses it on in. A 40-kilometer-per-hour goal is going to be one of the slowest on broadcast here today. Fantastic stuff. Marywood University in 5. Love to see it. Love to see it. The full reverse sweep.
Bringing the full reverse sweep, doing the nigh impossible. And, oh man, that was a fantastic series. Bringing it back, game number 3, solidifying that, shutting out NJCU, I think, was huge for them and getting the momentum back to then do this in the second half of the series, the back half. They picked up that momentum. They controlled that midfield, and the boost and physical play was huge. And I think what ultimately turned the tide in Marywood's favor.
100%. Again, it was the Marywood malleability, right, to go for the alliteration action for you. It was a simple fact that they were able to come forth and be flexible. They were reading exactly what it is that the Gothic Knights did, and it's not like the Gothic Knights had the same exact game plan. There just simply weren't enough changes. We saw a lot of Wilson, a lot of Lenoco up in the offensive position, and that was mostly a lot of cross left to do defensive duties, as well as to get these passes into these players. What you need is what you need to have is much more so like a closest player to position or best player for that position, whether that's a mixture of positioning, timing, and boost, or however else you want to do it, right? This is higher level Rocket League. God knows you guys don't need me to explain it to you, right? Cross, fantastic opportunity and fantastic job for what they did, but I really just feel like there were so many opportunities. I mean, literally the last second of this game 5, the New Jersey City University squad had this ball go right across the middle, and just the fact that this player was not even a quarter of a second, Zach Tech. I'm going to call it like 15/100ths of a second or like a 10th of a second or something like that behind. If they'd been a little bit farther back, that would have been a perfect hit and just literally lands T-bone shot, bam, right in, no overtime type situation. The Gothic Knights take it as they were like literally staring at doing coming out of game number 2. That is not what happened though.
Now NJCU falls to Marywood. Marywood kicking it 1-0 at the beginning of week 1, and NJCU taking their 0-1. Not a great start to their triumphant return to the higher division, but maybe this is Marywood's story of ultimately rising to the top of this division and achieving great new heights, greater than previous seasons. We'll have to wait and see in later weeks.
Absolutely. Again, Marywood finishing 3rd in the Emergence Red Division and Conference last season. The NJCU Gothic Knights finishing 6th in the Challengers Yellow, so a higher division, now a little bit lower right here. And you know what, Zach Tech, I'm man enough to admit it. I was saying it was going to be the Gothic Knights here. I did not say a number. I didn't say it was going to be the Gothic Knights in 4 or anything else like that. But I can admit when I was wrong. I'm man enough to do that here today. We take predictions, and frequently we are wrong. With that, though, Zech Tech, I do believe we have Northwestern Cole College coming up next.
That we do. I do believe so. You are very correct.
Very short break, guys. We're just going to get that one set up for you. It is scheduled to start in 10 minutes. We're going to try to start that for you earlier. Back soon regardless. Hello and welcome back. It was a short break. We keep our promises here at the NECC, people. FBI Tugboat here with my man Zek Tech. We are going in for our last Rocket League of the day here for week 1. We had some other goated casters bringing us up, and we're gonna be rounding you guys back out. We just got off of a Game 5 barn burner. The only game of 5 games, right? The very last one there between Marywood and New Jersey City University. They even went on into overtime. But the last 3 games, regardless, decided by a single goal. How exciting. How exciting. I can only hope that this next one, that's Northwestern versus Co-College, will be just as exciting, Zek Tech.
Indeed, I am so excited to see Northwestern. Actually, last season, their varsity team finished first in their division, one up from this division. So we're going to see, we've never seen this JV team before. So sort of a dark horse here. They could either follow in the footsteps of their varsity team, do excellent in this division, or maybe they're JV for a pretty good reason. We'll have to wait and find out. But we do know that Co-College last time did finish at the bottom of their division. So let's wait and see if they have really improved, changed this team up, and are on the up and up, or we're going to see if the JV team is here to put them back down to the bottom of the leaderboard. I'll have to wait and see. But here at Co-College, they've got Beans. It doesn't look like Snape, but it is in fact Beans backwards. So we're going to do our best to say Beans on this broadcast. If I say Snape, it is Beans that I mean. He's an economics major and a senior. We have Rain, business major, junior, and Creed, accounting and sophomore. So a little bit of an older roster here than we saw in the previous matchup. But hey, maybe that ages some wisdom that'll be showing up on the pitch
very
today.
Finance-based too, right? Economics, business, accounting, all of these things, very, very math-based. We'll see how that equation shakes out for them. Check it out. The Northwestern, yes, that is the junior varsity team, as Zek Tech was saying. The varsity team, the Northwestern varsity team, placed first place within the Emergence Division last season. Their JV team now coming on in here, make a name for themselves. Brett, senior business management and finance, coming in from previous play as well. This is Micro GE coming in. That is the computer science and graphic design. We'll see if that experience within computer science will help them play the game to the peak. Potato Chip as well, another business admin, and Spanish. Spanish for the double major, or major minor, not sure. Micro GE and Potato Chip, both freshmen. It's Bread coming in once again. The old man on the squad, the senior here, coming on in. They're looking to make a name for themselves. That's It's Bread. I'm really excited for this one. The Northwestern JV squad, the Red Raiders, taking on the Co-College Cohawks. The Cohawks.
Both these teams straight out of Iowa, so this will be a local showdown for these two teams. Right, see who comes out on top and claim the title as King of Iowa. We'll have to wait and see as we have game number 1 underway.
Iowan government, keys to the, not even the city, keys to the state, possession of the state will be decided here. This NECC Week 1 Rocket League competition between Northwestern, JV, and Co-College. I could even say with a strange face, I'm sorry.
We're very good to have a little bit of fun, as Rocket League is quite the fun game we're having. And here we go. It's Brad going to try to pass over to the side, up the sidewall, but gets immediately removed from the field. And Creed here going to wait for his teammate to take that ball on over. It sails towards the net, and right under the crossbar, Micro GE going to claim the first goal of the game.
Hour as well is not a slow one, as a perfect takeaway, perfect placement, and first goal awarded here for your Northwestern JV Red Raiders. Back and forth we go. We've seen a first goal in the first 30 seconds. We've seen, essentially first 30 seconds. We have seen a demo as well, and the effect therein as ball was taken away shortly thereafter from the demo team's player, or the player's team, excuse me. Potato Chip cracking under the pressure right there. Easy block away is Micro GE. Able to get this one going, and a little bit more on the top. That was a decent hit as well. Micro G, excuse me.
Micro G, it's Fred now. Taking it back, and it's Micro G on the defense. Gonna stay over his head. Potato Chip gonna miss that ball as well, and it's Rain gonna score the equalizer for Co-College. That is a great job. A little pop over 2 defenders. The defender couldn't swim here on the backboard. And then it was a nice open net to score on. Rain slamming it home with his teammate right there to help him out.
And Beans Leading right across the middle. Little double tap action. Rain going to be getting the credit for the goal. He's having an equal hand in that one. Minute 15 seconds into this one. Potato Chip up and attempts in. Rain on the other side, able to block that one away. Keep the source of danger away until this is knocked on completely the other way. Offense assumed now for Cole College.
Back at the side, and it seems like the game is sort of mellowed out. We are very quite even, both these teams. Good speed out of both players on both sides. Bishop here looking to take it nice and slow, but does get dunked for his efforts off to the side, just wide, and it's spread. Gonna get removed from the field. Rain getting nice and physical here on the field. We saw last series that'd be huge, and this one's gonna roll right on in. Bottom right corner, Creed getting that freebie right there, as it was just a nice slow roller. Bouncing off the side, and just couldn't be stopped by Brad.
Brutal. Brad gets that bad look at it yet again, and then Creed just, assumes the teammate would have gotten some sort of hand on this one. Any sort of touch on that would have blocked this ball away. Maybe put it in dangerous position, but have at least a little blocked that ball away for the time being. 3 minutes left right here. Cole College up 5-1.
Here we go. Northwestern looking to take back a goal. A little back pass and space to work with off the corner. And looks like no one's there to follow it up. Oh, potato chip. There he goes, getting up to it. Trying to put it center for a teammate. It's a great drop down in front of the net, but two defenders there to make sure it does not go anywhere near the back of that net.
Getting something going right here. Red trying with a little flip play to get this one off to a teammate. It does. Potato chip just waiting for his time to strike. That Cobra head goes in quickly. Easily blocked away though. Cole College is still on the defense until now. Bit of a run right now from Rain off the side. Creed comes up to it, hits it down. Teammates there, but so's a defender. That bounce is just a little bit too high.
Here we go. Cole College looking for a third goal. Lots of good offense here, and it seems like Northwestern gets it across the goal line of Code decently often, but just doesn't quite have the follow-up. And it's a wide open net. Creed gonna put it home. Northwestern couldn't quite put the defense together, and they just lost all communication. And that touch, just zooming on by the back wall. That is a tough read, and Creed happy to put that one away.
Cole College gets that insurance goal ahead. That ahead by 2. Don't score one at a time. Creed meeting Brett across the middle right now. Micro G over to the right side. A nice little hit, a setup perfectly for Potato Chip. Cole College might have just scored the third, but just like that, we're back to a one-score difference here. Zek Tech.
Great little pass off the corner, a little tap past one defender. The rest of the defense weren't sure if Micro G were going to go back for it or keep going. Had to think about the bump and the pass, and the other player just able to find that one spot in the net no defender was at, and he's just going to slot it on home.
100 seconds left right now. Cole College, speaking of home, must be so close they can taste it right now. Back on over to it, and that gets a little bit farther away. Home does for Cole College after the Northwestern JV squad gets gifted with a second. Gifted? I mean, they turned that situation kind of bad into really good. I'm not sure if you could call it a second gifted goal.
Either way, they will happily take it. And now in minute 55, we'll decide who takes game number 1. And ultimately, I think the momentum in this series, because this game is so close. 3 goals each. We may even see overtime in game 1. And what a game this would be. It seems these teams from Iowa do not want to lose to each other. And those keys to Iowa sure do look pretty nice to have.
Governor, it's all yours. Even 3 split right here. 1/3 of the entire state of Iowa. And I'll tell you, that's a lot of potatoes. That's a lot of potatoes. Say beans. There you go. Go College. Nicely done. Beans literally just kind of took advantage of an easily... Yeah, I mean, of an advantage, or an advantage of a situation that was very easy to take advantage of. This is right across the middle, and once again, Northwestern JV defense just can't quite connect, even across 2 members.
Defense, a little pop, real difficult. He gets away from that temporarily, but that means it's just up and away for... Let's put another shot on net and potentially here to the backboard. Should put it in there for a teammate. It's bouncing around, but Micro G gonna wait for the clear. Didn't want to leave his net open. Put his third man, which is an excellent choice here, but now they are stuck on defense, trying to get this ball away. And it's just going to bounce and roll, and the patience going to get them past one player, past two. Oh yes, let's see if they're going to get past three. It's to the backboard. It's pass on out. The bump comes out. The player backflips. Rain there with his teammate Beans, and they're going to get it away. Northwestern still looking for their fourth goal. Not tied up quite yet. 20 seconds left to go. It's up to Creed to try to put it over. It's in front of the net, and it's going to be put home by Beans, claiming a 2-goal lead with 40 seconds left, and that may be the nail in the coffin for game number 1.
Does it yet again. I love it. Trying desperately, Micro G to get there. Try and get this like kind of sideways hit on it so at least hits the backboard, comes back out. Dangerous position it can be in after that. Just don't get this score in now. As it is, Northwestern sand through Hourglass. Zec Tech sand through Hourglass. And that time is going to be their biggest opponent in game number 1. Co College has done it. Very first game. Northwestern JV put up a very solid fight, but a 5-3 victory. Not as narrow as it does get, not as narrow as it could be. Co College still getting this one done in game number 1. A 1-0 advantage here for another best of 5, so at least 2 more games here.
We saw quite some early goals there at the beginning of the game, both teams going up to 3 apiece. But then we saw the last back half of the game pretty scarce until those last minute or so. It was Co College securing those last 2 goals to make sure that it was theirs for the taking. Game number 1 going over to Co College and have momentum in their favor. However, I don't think Northwestern is down and out quite yet. They were having some really good shots, some excellent plays on offense. They seem to make those connections and then get together the defense. I think ultimately they can stop Co College, but Co College here, it's up to them to take control of this momentum and drive it through the rest of the series.
Co College just, they need to maintain their advantage at this point, right? This is not like a blowout win by any means. This is a completely open opportunity for Northwestern. Come back at this one and push this to extra games. And this is the exact opposite situation that we find ourselves in between the Marywood University squad and the New Jersey City University squad, right? This was New Jersey City by 3 points in game 1 and 2, right? You know, if that happens again for Co College, we might be able to sing their praises, start making some friends from that game number 3 and ever so poor predictions. But this is not the situation we find themselves in. Just with this kind of win, it's not something we can say definitively, okay, Co College.
There's no definitive winner here yet. Both teams posturing to try to take the first goal. 30 seconds down, and no one quite yet has claimed goal number 1. And I think momentum will spell who takes game number 2, as you know, it was a couple of mistakes by Northwestern last game to lose those last 2 goals. And I think they can shore that up, and if they can really put this together here, they can get the first goal and momentum. But currently it's Micro G now trying to press the defense, but it's every which way. Co College on these challenges is just destroying Northwestern, getting either to the side or to a teammate, and Northwestern just can't seem to get out of their own half for much longer than a couple seconds.
60 seconds in right now. No early scores like we saw. I believe 24 seconds in. That was Co College game number 1. Minute 15 left or so. Back on over to the outside. Creed doing a great job of kind of keeping his eye on the ball right here, but it hasn't quite purchased themselves, Co College that is, anything quite yet until Beans gets a hand onto this one. Inside, that's a perfect angle back out.
Oh.
Heartbreak Hotel has been checked into at your Co College right now, Zec Tech.
Off that post, that's a terrible bounce to get. You think it's on target, you think you've done it, and then it just goes right on out. It's like those shots on a basketball hoop where it just hits it and like bounces straight on out. You're like, I had it. You were like 75% of the way in, but that 25% that'll get you every. Northwestern peppering the net. Oh, flying on by. It's a clear for Co College, but Northwestern might really happen, but no. Soaring down towards the net. It's now Northwestern on defense.
Red right there. Almost a fantastic hit for the first score into this game. A much lower scoring game we saw in the first. There's 8 total scores in game numero uno. That is 0 as of right now. 0 as of right now. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Just outside halftime as well. And I mean, there's got to be some scores. You know, in regular time, overtime, something to take a game. But right now, this is not Co College flinching, nor Northwestern giving anything up.
finishing strong. Both of these teams locked in a headlock right now. Neither willing to budge, neither willing to give up that first inch, because they know whoever takes that first inch may take the mile. But it's Beans to put home the goal. Couldn't quite read it. We see here it gets put out center, but it's not a pass. That's a free shot for Beans to put it on in. Northwestern giving that ball away.
Other side, realizing they were in a bad position, realizing that one just a little bit too late. This one right between the two defenders as well. You want to talk basketball, talk about passing it in between not one but two players' legs.
Now those passes will really throw people off, and when you're put in that position where it's impossible to turn around, quite find it, he's postured properly, it's really going to punish the defense and make it nigh impossible to stop whatever you're shooting on. Here we see Northwestern going up for it. They're getting past quite a few defenders here, but there's no one to quick follow up. It goes back center, but it's a big clear for Coe College, and Rain making sure that they try to maintain that 1-goal lead for the last minute and a half of this game.
I mean, I love 0-1 games. In my opinion, those are the most exciting games because they always have close calls, but just one that actually hits payload. 85 seconds left on this one as Coe College continuing a lot of mounted pressure right now. Even Micro GE and Bread, like these weren't like huge hits out. There's a solid pass onto Bread to come out of this one, but it's just easily read. You know what I'm saying? They can easily come forth and mount counterattack to that one, and this just allows rain to come down from the skies. How dramatic.
Now it gets popped up. Micro G and its Bread getting kind of awkward positions on the backboard and just facing the wrong direction. And that's a perfect twist by Rain in that bottom right corner. Our defense couldn't quite turn to get to it. And that means it's a 2-0 lead for Coe College. With only a minute left, they're able to be a secured second game win and put them on match point.
8 seconds left here. Coe College does have that insurance goal. Northwestern was able to attain 3 of them goals. That is game number 1, nothing. Donut as of right now looking to turn that donut into a breadstick. 0 in the 1, people. Hardest score you'll find in Rocket League. Back on out to the middle. Coe College completely content to continue beat this ball around and just burn off time. Once again, sand hourglass. 27 seconds. Creed puts this one up over, but Micro G is going to be able to get to it. Micro G and the rest of Northwestern have to get on the other side of the field, and they have to get there right now. 20 seconds left, not 1 but 2. So that's a score, and then another neutral lineup.
Here we go, 12 seconds left. It's Micro G here. Especially the last drive for Northwestern. He's going to miss that ball, which means that it's only 5 seconds left. If someone take this away, put it center. And even if they do secure a goal, it looks like it is Coe College to secure the game. Game number 2 over to Coe College, and match points achieved. Northwestern looking like they're on their last leg.
Seriously, right? I gotta say, a little bit surprising, right? 8 total scores into 2. We started out our previous series 7 into 5 into 3, and then it started getting larger, but the other way, right? But for the side of Maryville or Marywood, excuse me, 3-2 and then 2-1. Again, that game 5 last series coming in overtime. 8 total scores in a 2. What exactly is it, ZecTech? What is it that just yielded much lower scoring here in a game 2, but that Coe College still won? And, as you'll notice, by the same score difference as well, right? 5-3 in game number 1, 2-0 game number 2.
Ultimately, I think what it came down to here is that Northwestern was able to shore up some of the defense, get some of that rotations going in the backfield, but they did lack in the connection on passes, that communication. I think they would be taken away, and then it was up to Coe College. They honed in that accuracy, placed the ball where Northwestern couldn't stop it, and ultimately led to their downfall number 2.
Potato Chip picking this one up after Rain trying Potato Chip across the air. Potato Chip will not be denied in 6 seconds. He's going to be the fastest score in this game so far in this series. Potato Chip doing everything aerially right there. I love
it. Perfect job. Just staying in front of that ball, right behind it, to make sure that other player could not put it anywhere that he wasn't going to redirect it back into their own net. And Northwestern claiming their first goal of the game, and that will be the momentum they need to start another reverse sweep for the night.
I would love that. I would love that. There's the first step right there. Northwestern JV squad. The first step, Red Raiders. Rain, beating feet to get to the middle. That one's going to actually be a little bit too far for his teammate to pick up. Micro G able to get under that one, shank it really, really far down the fairway to the other way, to the other side. Excuse me.
That's Northwestern again on offense, but getting beat in the midfield. A story from last game. And it's Coe College with the shot. No one home. Creed putting home the equalizer. And that is a great job. The little pop-up rates one in, and it's spread off the backboard. Not ready for that quick shot. Nowhere near proper positioning. That means it is a tying goal for Coe College. And
I mean, once Bread came off of that wall, his doom had already been sealed. His fate had already been decided. No way to try and reconnect on that one, jump off of it. Even if you have full boost, you just can't get there fast enough given the angle. Is that Creed on another run right now? Creed almost single-handedly getting this one done. If you want something done there, ZecTech, you gotta do it yourself.
Well, very well may be what has to happen here, but it seems like Northwestern, they're going to need to get some passes going because the single solo plays Coe College are ready for. They're prepared to shut it down. And it's going to be those connections and that teamwork for Northwestern that's going to secure them game 3 if they can get that going.
G gets some shots. This one not going to go anything towards it. Defender banks this out from away. Potato Chip easily splits the difference between these two defenders and racks in the second for Northwestern.
Northwestern saying, okay, you want to equalize? Cool. We're going to take that goal lead right on back, put those passing plays together, just like I was talking about, and here it is. They're showing up. They may take back game 3. This is the beginning of the end for that reverse sweep. Who knows? It may come, it may not, but currently it's looking pretty good for Northwestern.
It's on down. That's a solid pass on the Potato Chip, and that's still going to go in regardless. Micro G now granted one.
See, just a little pop and all of defense just couldn't quite get there. Micro G, I think, tapping away some of the defenders. He just gets enough to mess them up, throw them around, and make that goal nice and wide open for that ball to just sail on in. Here we go, Rain trying to smash that ball in, but not going to happen. Northwestern are going to keep their 2-goal lead. One of the biggest things they've had all series.
Nice hit.
But it's Coe College now.
Rounded round 2 of Potato Chip actually gets there just a little bit faster. Use a lot of boost to get there to double up defense from Coe College. That's what's necessary when you're facing a fast shot like that with a little slap shot action from the Northwestern JV squad. Micro G. That's going to be decently on point. Does force the hand. Beans on the other side. Back to the corner we go right here. Red trying to get this one out, but does nothing more than set up. Actually, not a full pinch, but close to it. Rain now from top. That's going to be a missed hit right here as Beans comes flying into it. 2 missed Coe College players, and if this ends in a score for Northwestern, you can't be surprised.
Go Coe College defense, though. Gonna stay strong. Get it downfield. Past 1, possibly past 2, but no, that is Potato Chip on the defense, making sure the 50s happen, and that ball goes nice and out. Micro G trying to put it down in center, but just couldn't quite get it around the defensive player who pushed those just right in front of him perfectly, so he couldn't do that. Might have been smart to try to go around, but for now, it is up to Coe College. Minute and 35 seconds left to go down and score 2. Northwestern looking strong, making sure they're staying on that defense. That's going to be huge. But offensive pressure hopefully may just secure them this game.
Bottom, I think Micro G and the rest of Northwestern realize the game plan at this point. Head by 2. If they get 1, they're going to start shooting again, but they're going to be completely content to win this one by 2, or at least by 1. Creed, the only player in Coe College with a score on this game, today at least, bounces back on over to the right, and Northwestern back in the offensive performance.
Here we go. Hopping up to the side, it's Coe College to put it center. The tap there for the defense gets up just in time to stop it away. Leadership going downfield. Coe College here, 45 seconds left. They're going to throw everybody downfield. Everyone's in the midfield But now that bump and that demo, it's wide open in the backfield, trying to bring it around. It's Fred swinging around one, but the clear after Coe College means that Northwestern's got to take control of this in the midfield. Takes off one hood though, left center, and it's 25 seconds left. Not a whole lot, but his reach on the defense being crucial for Northwestern to keep that 2-goal lead in the last 20 seconds.
Coe College, that's low, that's slow, that's going to be a goal! 13 seconds, and Coe College holds on to an opportunity to tie this one up and still take it in 3.
And Rain, seeing the missed opportunity from the defense, only one player back, pumps it right in the bottom right corner behind the defensive player. Another great placement shot, and Coe College can bring it within 1 with 12 seconds left
misses
to go.
it, but that's a hit across the middle. Creed is there to try and bring this one up, but Beams and the rest of Coe College will only have one real aerial shot left. Now they have to keep it aloft, and that's not going to happen. Northwestern JV pushes this to 4 games.
Northwestern bringing it back, starting the beginning of a possible reverse sweep. But don't bring out the brooms quite yet. We still got 2 more games to go. Northwestern is still on their last life, and as it was a 1-goal game, it seems like Coe College is nowhere near being down and out quite yet.
Game number 4, will it just go down to those 4 games? Not sure. Not 100% sure. The way that Northwestern was now moving this ball, right, Zach Tech, the way they were moving the ball, the way they were not just like transitioning from offense into defense, but the passes that we've been talking about constantly as well. This is simply why they were afforded a couple of these shots. Now, I gotta say, though, this would be a 2-2 game if Northwestern hadn't been granted an initial goal, right? When I say granted, not that they didn't, like, completely not earn it, whatever else like that. They put the ball there, but it was a simple fact of Coe College's defense normally, on any given day, would have a player that was not positioned, parallel to ball, but instead perpendicular, and otherwise, it would have been a nice and easy block. As it is, game 4 starting right now.
Northwestern can start on the defense here. So we'll have to wait and see. As it is only the first 10 seconds. A good pop to the backboard means that the first on the defensive play is Coe College. Northwestern trying to make some passing plays happen here. And it's Northwestern coming out strong and fast. They want to secure it, and Potato Chip, he wants to take this game number 4 and make it to game number 5. An excellent shot from the pass of its
I'm not against it. We just got that in our first matchup so far. I want to see it yet again. I want to see another game number 5. I wouldn't be against seeing a low-scoring game number 5 as well. We just came off the back of a Marywood University and JCU Gothic Knights. They went 1 down, 1-1, and 2 overtime. I thought that was going to be another goal, and then finished, of course, 2-1. That was the side of Marywood University. Back on out to it though. Brett trying something across the top bar right here. Not going to happen. Reed comes down and just gives him a little bit of business, a little quick demo. Don't know what he thinks about it.
Double tap was so close. Right in front of the net. Defense is there on top of it. Here we go again. The air dribble. Wait for the dunk. He didn't even need it. Potato Chip. The game 4 MVP so far. Putting 2 home for North. It means that this game 4 already is putting Coe College on their back. They're going to try to flip their way around, but Northwestern JV, they're ready to take this home all the way to game 5.
Not going to happen right there, right? The defender saw it. The defender had boost to it, but just that again, quick tenth of a second reaction, if that, going to spill out the difference. But there, 60 seconds. Rain up to it. Potato Chip on the other side. Once again, the game 4 MVP hands down. Both scores right here completely earned and set up by that player. Coe College on the defensive position. I gotta say, it just seems like Coe College doesn't really play super well from behind. Oh my goodness. I'll repeat that one. It just doesn't seem like Coe College plays well from behind.
Yeah, they seem to be going into panic mode there. The Beans thought they had the touch. I think he get it nice and quick, but that overconfidence, a little sort of shaky play there. With the ball rolling by, means Northwestern takes an easy 3-0 lead with 3.5 minutes left to go. But it's Rain here with the dunk, trying to put it in. The demo, but no, the panic means it's shot high over the net. Coe College throwing away that shot opportunity, and it means that they're going to go to their field and get back another goal. But that very one was spelled doom for this game number 4 in Coe College.
Coe College, what, I mean, they gave up a goal earlier Now they just completely whiffed on what was about as open net as you get. Yeah, it was close. Kind of get that field goal kicker type angle and problem, but still low and slow, steady as she goes. That's how you make those in. Simply didn't happen. Co-College going about half a game now, no scores on board.
Drop in center, but no one's there to receive the pass. Northwestern just taking full control, but oh, that's a missed play there. But the rotations are staying nice and clean for Northwestern. They've got this figured out. They've got the communication figured out. This ball is rolling on the goal line. Oh, but it won't get tapped in quite yet. Defense just gets enough on it. It won't go into the net quite yet. Micro G, an excellent 50, but it's now up to, oh my goodness, Northwestern take advantage of the panic of Co-College. 4-0. It's Red seeing the absolute miss from two players and just rolls it on into the empty net. My goodness, Northwestern
yeah, I'm just going to say if Co-College
4
scores first in Game 5, and I'm saying it like that because I think this one is over. Co-College found some real problems coordinating since, and Northwestern has capitalized not once but twice on two individual mistakes of Co-College to double up, almost quintuple up now this score. 4-0 right here is this Bread. No reason to take that foot off the pedal.
Now, big old clear downfield. Northwestern looking for a fifth one. The bump play is coming in. It has been huge this game for them to clear up in that backfield and really just throw off the rotation of Co-College. And last man looking to try to play more safe and defensive. Know what you need right now for Co-College. You can throw it all downfield, get the offense going, get something on the scoreboard into your name. Otherwise, this game's going in an easy 4-goal lead and win. Northwestern Co-College, it is their game to lose right now, and it's their game to try and win. And it looks like it's not going to happen. They must be going next to Game 5.
75 seconds left right now. Co-College has only gotten like a couple honest shots onto this Northwestern goal even today, even through the wonkiness that they keep attempting, like right there with like the undercarriage shot from Creed. Unfortunate, but I think this one's going to Game 5. Unfortunate if you're a Co-College fan, I guess I should say. Potato Chip looking to make this one even bigger deficit. Micro G doing a little bit of the same. 4 shots for Micro G already.
You see Beans, some side flips coming out from Co-College. You can see the panic and the worry coming from them, and they're going to need to steal and calm their nerves come Game 5. Otherwise, it's going to be another one like this. All the defenders flying by, and it's Brett, an easy bouncer for a 5-0 game in Northwestern's half. And oh my goodness, Northwestern, they are running away with this game. And Co-College, you got to pull it back together.
Little quick stats for you people, okay? Granted, this game isn't over yet, but 9 games on the day for broadcast that we have been involved in. Only one of them, and that was game number 2, involved a team scoring 0 goals. That, of course, happened when Co-College put up 2, so their grand total for the game was 2. This is Northwestern putting up a quintuple of them. 5, count it, 6, a sextuple, I believe it is. A sextuple of goals. That is the biggest score difference. That is only the second time that we've seen a shutout, a total donut of one team. Again, 13 seconds left, but Northwestern losing 0-2 in a game 2 where only 2 goals are scored makes a lot more sense. Co-College, wheels are falling off.
Co-College, it is their job right now. Just score something, get some momentum going, get some control going, and really get those nerves back under control, because we saw the panic, we see the side flips, the missed aerials. Right now, their head is not in the game. They got to bring it back together, put the pieces back together. They had it in the first half of the series. We saw Game 1 and Game 2 go in their favor by a 2 and at least 1 goal lead. And now, though, 6-0. They all calm. All of that has been thrown out the window. Panic is here. They need to bring it back together. Game 5, really this is do or die time.
Back against the wall type situation. And yet again, we just came off of a Game 5 type situation, a Game 5 that after 4 games saw no other overtimes. Is that where we're going again here, Zech Tech? Are we getting another Game 5 overtime?
Oh, I would say it is overtime if Coe College can calm the panic and regain. However, there was a high likelihood in my head that it's it's on Northwestern. It's their game to lose. They just got to keep it strong, and I think that Coe College ultimately, I'm not sure they can regain enough. I'm sure they can regain something, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to take down Northwestern's momentum and
Yeah, I
confidence
can
right now.
definitely agree with you. I'm going to go with my pre-game 4 prediction, and that is whoever scores first, game number 5, whether that is in regular time or overtime, is going to go forth and take that game and overall the series, because we are tied up 2-2. Tiebreaker starts right now.
There we go. Coe College on defense, a little pop there, a little back pass. Well, it's looking a little dangerous. They're getting some better touches and better control, but this little back and forth passing in front of your own half is not what you want to see. And we see here Potato Chip and Northwestern, they still have that confidence. They're driving downfield with all the confidence of just whatever you need, empty highway, and they are here to bring the payload home.
That was a highway. I like it. I like it. 45 seconds left in this one. Northwestern, there's going to be the first strike. Micro G at 46 seconds into this game at 112 kilometers per hour. There might be more scores involved in this game here. Tech, I'm going to say that's the most important one. This is going to be Northwestern in 5.
I would have to agree with you, Northwestern, I think, here to take the series and the reverse sweep. A second one for today here on the B stream with myself and you. And I think, honestly, this is the best thing we could get week 1, is 2 game 5s to kick it off. I mean, this is so much amazing Rocket League for us and for you all at home to watch. And honestly, I think these teams possibly might be doing it for the content at this point. Who knows? I am just lucky to get to watch and cast this much amazing Rocket League, and Potato Chip slam it home for Northwestern. The panic has still set in for Coe College and Northwestern. The confidence, they have their aviators on at this point. It's in cruise control. They are locked and loaded, and they have fired 2 into the net so far. They got 345 to fire even more. Coe College, they're just looking to stem the bleeding, put out the fire, and just
maybe more passes. I'm not even really sure exactly what it is at this point. Big defensive clears, I can tell you that much. This defensive clear was just picked up by Brett immediately afterwards. You got to really shank this off to the other side, the other corners, and that allows for 2 things. First, obviously, it allows for 3 things, really. It forces the opponents to come back and play defense. Second, it allows you and your teammates to go forth and pick up boost on the way in if you are low. And third, obviously, it sets up your offensive opportunities of your own and forces you, not to play defense anymore. Bounce plays there. Remember, it's going to be just a big scrum over and across the middle. Bread comes in. I think Bread actually gets demolished there as Potato Chip, the one that maintains possession for just a couple seconds.
Now we've seen their 3 shot opportunities go wide or misplaced by Coe College, and great defense of Northwestern, but still, even as soon as they do get past the defense, Coe College cannot secure a goal to save them. And now over half this game gone, and Northwestern is sitting pretty with a 2-0 lead, and I'm sure it's putting even more pot shots on net.
Pot shots on pot shots. Take it however they can. Beans up. Beans has a really good look, but no boost to be spoken of. Potato Chip on the other side. Flattens that one out. After the scrum is finished, Bread has possession for a couple of seconds, but Rain sends this one way over the top, tries to receive it there. Now it's going to be Beans, but again, just a little bit too high. Coe College finally gets their first one in about 7 minutes, 5 minutes of last game. Now 3 minutes into this one. That's 8 total. Sorry, Caster math hard.
Caster math is hard. But what's harder was getting a goal against Northwestern, but Coe College has done it, and they shall restore some amount of confidence to them. Is it enough to take this game? It is a 1-goal game, and that is dangerous. A 2-goal lead, you're having to sit with Brett and Northwestern. I think they're starting to sweat as College has gotten that goal back and put themselves within firing range of Northwestern and this victory here in Game 5.
Rain hit over. That's Bread. Trying to keep this defense alive. Transition that one into offense. Rain coming back. Perfect position on this one as two members come back in, just in the defensive. Potato chip up. Does get a couple defenders to bite onto that one, actually. And that might really go for the way of Northwestern if they can just get this one centered up and a couple players off position. Bread slowly lurking. Northwestern realizes that if they play these really slow offenses, it'll burn a lot of this time off the clock. That last minute. Ooh, Micro G barely gets a good angle on that one. That could have been an own goal easily and a tying up factor.
It goes high above net. A miss by both defenders and the shooter. And here we go. Two attackers, but an excellent block means it goes flying. 5 seconds left to decide who will take Northwestern up by 1. They are in position to secure it. They just need to make sure they keep that defense on block, keep the ball on Co's half of the field, and this may be it. Oh, an excellent block by Craig to make sure they stay within 1 of Northwestern.
A third shot to go up by 2, I should say, for Northwestern would definitely be that death sentence, that death knell, that dirge song sung, the funeral for College's chances in this series. Game number 5, it all comes down to this one. Even until that clock hits 0, as long as that ball is kept aloft, College will still have an opportunity to rack this one away. And these push into overtime. Yeah, situation. We got 7 seconds though. Northwestern on the defense, back into the middle. Takeaway attempted. Rain hits this one up. This gets one bounce. No, it doesn't. Northwestern takes it after members unable to keep this one up. A score difference of one in the very, very last. We're not going to get the overtime situation, unfortunately, ZecTech.
One.
Not going to get the overtime situation twice. We can't be greedy, right? We can't be greedy. We already got it once. So let's cool our jets, okay? Let's cool our jets.
What we did get, though, was 2 amazing series. Another Game 5, another reverse sweep. We see it twice now. A team coming out strong, taking the first 2 games pretty handily. Game number 3 swings back in the team's favor, and then they just bowl through the other team in the last half of the series. And it was Northwestern here that just took the reins. Yeah! Down the strip, and they drove it home and took this series home. They will go 1-0, while College will start their season off.
Yeah, they took 2 games, so that's like the best loss that you can take, like a 3-2 right here. When it all shakes down, end of season, postseason type stuff. Obviously, we are as far away from that as we could possibly get as of right now. But it's just something, if you're College, to at least kind of keep with you to let you sleep at night, right? A Game 5, 2 reverse sweeps. I love it. I absolutely love it. I got to say here, ZecTech, right? I'm certain that those casters killed it earlier on the B stream in the games they casted. But I got to say, we really did a great job there at the end. Not 1, but 2 different Game 5s and reverse sweeps, right? The underdog story coming on in and not willing to give this one up. I love it. I love it. With that, though, ZecTech, I believe we have reached my least favorite part of any broadcast, and of course, is towards the end. Do you have anything else for the good people before you bid them adieu and ask them to come back next week?
I would like to thank you all for coming out. It's been an absolute pleasure to cast these games. A full 10 games here, both best of 5s going to Game 5. Lots of excellent Arc League for me to get to cast alongside you, Tugboat, which is an absolute pleasure. A full 10 games for you all to watch. And again, huge thanks to the NECC for having us here today. Huge thanks to Gigi on the back end for putting us all together. And, please come back for more. I hope I get to come back for more because this has been an absolute blast.
Yeah, you killed it all there, ZecTech. You killed it all. Big shout out to the folks behind the scenes that make this one possible. Big shout out to the teams. Big shout out to the NECC. Same channel, same time next week, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. That's when it'll start. We'll get those games for you. You guys can check out NECC on their website, but mostly their Twitter for what exactly divisions, colleges, and matches are going to be coming in there. So, guys, we appreciate you watching, and until next time.